And now we are going with Sarah, and maybe I take the opportunity to thank Sarah for all your help today, yesterday, and tomorrow. Thank you, Sarah. And now we are going with the hands of Sarah to our platform at Daria Teach, and Susan Schreibman will conclude this launch and show you some pieces of the platform. Welcome, Susan.
Okay. So thank you all again very much. Before I show you the platform, and then I realized, oh, maybe I could sign in as a guest because I'll have to authenticate. There's a lot of people, some of them who are in the room who I would very much like to thank. When I put down all the people who've worked on the project, it started off, I think, with about 7 of us, and I think there's about 15 now who have wound up contributing. And I won't say what people have done because many of us have many roles. But I'll say them, and if you're in the room, maybe you would stand up. So Agiate Benardu from our colleague in Athens. Roman Blier, he's not here. He was at Maynooth University when he started working with us, and now he's in Graz. Claire Clivaz, who has Morbert Kritzak, who is not here, but he's been working in Austria at the Academy of Sciences doing a phenomenal amount of the development. Maciej Durko, who is here somewhere in the corner, who has not only done lots of development, but has really been instrumental in how we have conceived the platform. One of my colleagues in Ireland, Fanula Gilmartin, Marianne Hung, who has been doing quite a lot on the education part of what we're doing and worked on sound studies. Another colleague of mine who was helping with administrative, who's not here, Jennifer Kelly, Jakob Crossfeld, who also did the sound studies with Marianne, Shane McGarry, another colleague of mine in Ireland who did lots of this design work. Elisa Papaki is here somewhere. Oh, there she is, by Agiate. And both Agiate and Elisa have done fabulous work and are continuing to do it on evaluating the courses. Steph Scaliola was here, yes, who started at Erasmus in the Netherlands and now is at the University of Luxembourg and is working on a module we hope to launch soon on page to screen. You don't have to. Toma Tasovic, who, if you've been following Twitter, did our dictionaries module, which is a key skill for any digital humanist. Oh, there it is, digitizing dictionaries, but was unwell and couldn't come, which is a great pity. Kostas Papadopoulos, my colleague who's been doing loads of tweeting, who also worked very much on the introduction to digital humanities, which you saw, which I'll show you a little more. And Tanya Wisek, where's Tanya? Oh, there she is. They're all sitting in a row there, who's been working with Mate and answering very patiently all our technical questions. So it has been, I have to say, a very big effort. Strategic partnership, as Laurent was saying, and I said earlier that we have started in one of the groupings in Daria, education and research, and we thought, wow, wouldn't this be a great idea? So it is quite amazing to get to the point of showing it. And let's see if I can get into it without logging on. Probably not. But maybe this is a good test. Can I just log in as a guest, maybe? Yeah. But if you are at an institution that has Shibboleth sign-on, you can sign on in. If you're not and you want an account, you can create an account. And the advantage to that, especially for students, is that if you're doing things like taking the quizzes, it will keep track of all that. But now I'm going to do this and not try to. So I don't know, Kostas, would you like to speak about this one, or would you prefer I do that? Would you like to? Yeah. So this is the one that, in fact, I think we have done the most on in terms of allowing people to contribute. So we have quite a lot of documentation available. We really would love people to contribute videos. We created this in a way that, as I said earlier, that we wanted as many videos as we can get on what is digital humanities. Either like the one you saw, this is the one series, what is Digital Humanities? Oh yeah, My Digital Humanities, and we have 4, and one of them is not a compilation, but several of them are. And then this other one, Digital Humanities in Practice, and they're usually 1 or 2 researchers who talk about more deeply what they do. So I don't know if there's one of those that you would like to look at. There's a whole bunch. Nobody wants to look at any. You're tired of videos. Forget the multimodal stuff, right? I don't know why you even did the course on it. Does anyone, which one? Mixed reality? This one? Oh, this one. Huh. What is that one? I'm not so good on a PC, so. Oh, I remember that one, yes. So, unlike YouTube, there is a lot of metadata. You can see who created the video, when it was created, who's it for, language, so we're hoping there'll be other languages. We are using the Nemo ontology. There's references, so if you would like to learn more about the subject, and of course, copyright information. So everything that goes up is free to reuse. Do you want to see another video?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Will it just work on this computer? Okay, we'll experiment. Huh? Authorized.
So that's where the applicant money was
Oh, that's right.
50 years ago.
That is correct.
Is that how you remembered it?
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
AR can be more than a simple digital overlay of information. I mean, I think AR is certainly about enhancing environments. It's about conveying information. And it's also about helping us to interpret information. Mixed reality endeavors, like using AR, for example, to enhance cultural historical environments in which various artifacts, objects, buildings have vanished, and yet there is this deep living history. You know, AR can really make history come alive, not only by representing an environment and enabling you to kind of walk up to something that all of a sudden appears, but also it serves as a platform for multimedia, and that's indeed what digital heritage can be about. This is what we're aiming for, is to create a flexible platform, a flexible tool to be able to teach about digital heritage and also to enable people to experience it on site.
Covering 12 stories about the New York World's Fair, the stainless steel Unisphere makes its official debut as symbol of the most ambitious exposition that man has ever attempted. Set in 646 acres, the billion-dollar show opens its doors to an expected 70 million people.
It's very important, I think, to have these kinds of interactive experiences because just walking around in a solitary manner, finding these things, then accessing information, it will not hold interest quite as much. And in terms of the interaction between the generations, I think that this is really it's a very important up-and-coming field. More people are doing research in intergenerational communication, intergenerational learning. It's extremely important. It's a kind of microcosm of history, right? Because you have an older partner who's working with you, who is able to impart certain kinds of information, to then be able to reflect upon their experience. In the communities that we're working in New York City, in Flushing Meadow, Corona Park, the surrounding neighborhoods are the most international immigrant neighborhoods in all of New York City, arguably in the United States. And we want to be able to reach those populations. We want to be able to engage them with the park. This is not just a white middle-class experience to be learning about the history of this place. These are the people who are using the park. We want them to be able to have a kind of historical experience of social life, really for them to engage in critical humanities inquiry. That is, to be able then to reflect upon their own social worlds and see them as historical worlds, see them as connected to the worlds that have gone before. So many of us in the digital humanities who are creating these projects, these hypertextual projects on these medieval texts, cultural heritage projects in which you're experiencing and seeing things in an environment that are no longer there. All of these really seek a certain outcome, and that is the ability to reflect upon one's own experience and one's own subject position within their own society.
So we really do want people to contribute videos. You could go to the YouTube channel, watch them. You could watch them through here. And as I said, we have quite a lot of documentation about how to create the videos. We give you the intro and outros and have some extra information about things like camera setup and framing. So that is one thing we absolutely do want, and maybe is easier, a little easier than doing a whole course. So as we've been talking about, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep showing mine because it's the one that I know best. This is an example of a 10 ECTS module. Several of them are created in units with separate pages, separate lessons. And pretty much it is what you would expect to do in a course, an introduction to, in this case, TI, text encoding. And the idea behind it is that students can do this on their own, or that teachers can do this within a classroom setting. Either teachers can assign these courses or subsections of courses, or they can import them into their own teaching environment, especially if they use Moodle. So we've tried to make it as easy to use. We thought we wanted something at the very beginning that would be very flexible. But the more we worked on this, we realized that if it was too flexible, it was very difficult to work in Moodle to begin with. But B, we wanted something that when students come, they would understand how the environment works and could understand how the next course that they took works. Is there another module? Does somebody else besides me from the team would like to demo another module? Oh, it's time? It's 10 past. Is that when we're supposed to stop? Well, then you get to see no more modules, except you could go, I know, you're very good at timekeeping. If you go to teach.daria.eu, sorry, you could check for yourself for watching the stats. So if you look, it will make our stats go up as well today. Also, these tags are very cool. They actually do work. So, of course, if of course you would all want to do digital scholarly editing, oh, mine doesn't come up. Isn't that interesting? That's because I haven't tagged properly. Anyway, you should have got mine, and we would have been very impressed. Anyway, thank you all. I know it's terrible. It's beta. Well, Susan hasn't finished doing all her tagging. But anyway, it does really work. So it's another nice way to do discovery. Well, a lot of tag clouds, they don't do anything. They're just pretty, right? But ours has functionality, even better. So thank you all very much. I hope you will join us for a glass of wine outside.